Hello again, and thank you very much for joining us today at our Implementer show. My name is Polly, and I will be a host today along with my colleague Sasha.
Hi everyone, it's great to have you all here.
Both Sasha and I, we have a background in business flow management with a focus on accounting automation. But today we want to look at the bigger picture, namely what small businesses can do right now to adjust to the changed reality. Today, we will discuss various topics. Sasha, can you dwell upon this a bit?
Absolutely. So we'll discuss the possibilities that are available there to small businesses to continue. We will try and outline an action plan, an actual action plan, including getting the necessary funding and transforming your business to drive online sales, even if you think it's not your case. But before we start, just a short overview of today's flow. So this webinar is being recorded, so all of you will get a copy of it later on. We also want to know more about you and what your business is going through at the moment. So please fill out a short questionnaire in the chat, and that Polly is gonna post a link onto, and participate in our polls on Twitter. The most active participant will get a gift from our CEO, which is a really great book, a really valuable book called Business Launch, which is a game changer, and it's gonna definitely help you in today's situation to look at it differently and adjust. And there will be small goodies for everyone at the very end. So stay till the end. We encourage you to participate and be really active.
Yep, so the link is right in the chat, so feel free to go ahead and give us some more information about who you are. We're really interested to learn about this, to make our further webinars more targeted to our audience. And let's get started. So right now, it's very hard to predict anything. Things are changing rapidly, and what many of us feel today probably is the feeling of uncertainty. It goes without saying that the first thing we need to take care of is our health and the safety of our families. End of conversation. However, at the same time, many of us also need to take care of our businesses and people that work with us. So do not be paralyzed asking yourself, should I keep going? Where do I get help? Or what to start with, changing and adjusting to those times that we have now? Well, the answer is simple yes. You need to keep going. You definitely need. And let us discuss today how to adjust to today's flow of things. So let me share a story which actually inspired us to go ahead and make this webinar today. This is a story of one of my connections. Let's name her Jade, not to expose the real name. So she's the owner of small hair and nail beauty salon. And being an owner, she also serves her clients along with 3 other of her employees. And there's no need to say that at the mid-March, she has to close the doors. The funds she has allow her to pay her employees the minimal wages for at least more 2 months, but then she is to say goodbye to her employees. Otherwise, she'll have to close the whole business. So she's extremely pessimistic about her future, and she starts and ends her day thinking of what she can do and trying not to panic and digging to find some information on how to go on right now.
What you need to think of, a really important thing, is how to keep doing business. The most essential thing here is to keep engaging with your customers and drive online sales. So the next step to take is to reach customers that have massively moved online. If you already have a website, that's great. You can put a little more effort to for better results. But if you don't, and you want to make it quick and you want to make it efficient, what should you do if you're not sure about how to do this? There are there's a huge choice of options there. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, you can see it on the screen and you know more. And if you're using all of them, that's great. All of these platforms are really connecting you to your audience. You can promote and sell your products there. But our contact, Jade, went for Instagram. And that's what we recommend to do as well. We're really inspired by, the results that she is having right now. So why Instagram? First of all, tell me who is not on Instagram. Raise your hands if you are there, just as me. Yeah,
Yep,
Polly is there, and I think, most of our participants are there, and we're usually like scrolling and, entertaining ourselves. But Facebook actually had a recent survey, and according to it, 54% of people purchase after seeing a product or service on Instagram. So they actually are looking for your products on this platform, and they're ready to pay. The only additional investment you will make is a little of your time, actually. So here are some tricks. If you're new to this, here are some tricks of how you can manage this. First of all, keep posting. A lot of people know, and if you don't know, I'm telling you this now, your Instagram profile should be popular. It should have comments, it should have content, it should have likes, to keep appearing among the other profiles on the Instagram. So keep posting. It is, the best way to be noticeable. If you want to walk an extra mile with it and you have several social media accounts, you can use Hootsuite. It's a great tool for creating and scheduling and posting into your various social media accounts automatically at a time.
So true.
And
so true.
Yeah, it has a 30-day free trial, so you can take advantage of it now, which is, 30 days in our circumstances is, a great period of time to do something with it. The second tip will be adjust your service to the changed situation. So if you're selling actual goods, of course, post photos of your products with descriptions. If you're a service, no worries.
Sorry for interrupting. The Hootsuite link in the chat, just in case.
Yes. Yeah, Polly's gonna follow up something that I'm gonna say with the links in the chat. So yeah, you can check that. So yeah, as I already said, adjust in this situation. If you're a service and you don't have actual goods to take a picture of and send it, post on Instagram and send it later to your customers, no worries. Post videos describing the service, post tutorials with life hacks, because you're definitely a kind of a professional in some sphere, so you have something to share with people and you can monetize it. Prepare to offer paid webinars online on whatever you're doing, because this is very popular now. Everybody is online, using Zoom or whatever you can to make it happen. It's really easy at the moment. So promote what you have in your feed and in your stories. And by the way, stories work better. It has been a survey, and stories are really, really working better, and they're cheaper in promotion. So remember that trick as well. So for example, how did Jane adjust in this situation? Jade adjust to this situation. Is it possible for a beauty salon to keep selling online? You would think it's not. But first thing, she is now driving sales through education. She is doing 2 weekly courses showing simple haircuts that people can do themselves while at home. Together with her employees, she also runs 30-minute online consultations on hair care at home. They do it at a very affordable price, of course, but it allows them to have a constant flow of money, which is great. They keep doing business. Moreover, she has a stock of hair and body care products that she had in her premises. So she is actually selling them on Instagram and partners with a local delivery service to safely deliver these purchases right to the customers, which is, also great because this is collaboration and businesses are actually helping each other. That's a great example of what you can do, what you can think of for your business. The third and really important point in here is to make it easy for your customers to pay on Instagram. What's great about Instagram audience, I already mentioned that they're really ready to buy. But, to make the most of it, you need to give them an ability to pay for your product right away, instantly, so that the possibility of actually making the sale is, doubled or even tripled. There are several options for this. Of course, you can create an invoice for some product and send it to the customer by email. If you're doing this, that's great, but that can, take a little while, and you need to actually communicate with your customer for a while, which is not the instant pay idea. The second, but I have to mention it because it also works. If it works for a flow, that's of course great. You can bring your customers from your Instagram profile right to your website if you have it, to the checkout page. It's great, but not everyone who was offline has a website, powered by some payment system. So there is another option, which is a real game changer, and we found the solution really cool, really time and effort saving, and Polly is going to tell you more about it just in a minute. It's really a game changer, and it's worth mentioning.
The most probably important, once we're talking about tech stuff, is to set up something to accept online payments. And of course, we would need to also make sure that our customers can pay us really easily, because this makes a difference. You see some kind of very cool stuff, and if there is right here the link to pay, you go ahead and pay. And if you need to go through the whole path, creating somewhere an account for yourself, doing some stuff, like clicking 10 clicks one after one, this maybe the customer will just change his mind and just go ahead, okay, well, maybe I don't need this thing that much. So what you really need to think of is how to let your customers pay easily. And of course, there are plenty of solutions out there. We can run an entire whole webinar just listing their names. And if you have questions regarding some tools you already use, feel free to either let us know in the comments, and we'll see whether we can advise something additional to this, or we will cover this in the email follow-up to actually advise something you can use in addition to your current flow to make it maybe easier for you. However, right now we've chosen some under $50 to launch package deal. So we suggest Stripe, Synder, QuickBooks Trio. So let me dwell a bit upon this and explain you why we've stuck on this platforms. So Stripe, well, you probably heard about it. It's very famous payment processor. And it supports a variety of payment types, so including credit cards and mobile payments, and also it provides the payment management, which is quite convenient. So, and the best thing about it probably that it's really easy to start over and use, and it's even free to start, and it just charges you the normal for this kind of platforms fees for each successful operations, and then it's secure. So basically, the Stripe guys are compliant with all the security measures, and this helps to prevent any fraud, and also keeps the data of your customers safe, which is, I think, the top priority. And moreover, Stripe doesn't require customers to create an account anywhere. So you just go ahead and pay by credit card, and that's it. Your payment is processed. Also in Stripe, you can invoice your clients, and you can do even embedded checkout forms. However, they can be a bit tricky because may require some coding to embed this to your website, for example. And here is where another solution jumps in and will allow you to pay definitely with one click. And I'm here talking about Synder, and this is the real game changer Sasha referenced above. So basically, Synder, it's initially is an accounting automation tool, but Synder guys recently developed the custom checkout page forms. They're powered by Stripe, so you should be able to use them only together, at least for now. But basically, it's very easy to use. So you just select the kind of fields you need on your form, and you click generate, and you're done. This Synder app will give you both the code to insert to your website and the payment link, so you can basically use either of them. And the payment link is just as easy as you copy the link, you go ahead and insert it into your Instagram profile. And this is what the kind of Jade's example is about. So having this instant checkout link on the Instagram profile gives you everything. So your customer can pay for any of the goods listed on your Instagram with this checkout link with just like basically one click. Oh, well, okay, 2 clicks. So click the link and click the pay button, because once you click the link, you get redirected to this checkout page. You just fill in your credit card data and that's it. You're done. Once your customer clicks pay, you will receive the money in Stripe like within 2-3 minutes. And yeah, you have your money right away. Your customer paid you. Now you just need to think of shipping the good to your client somehow. Or just, doing the service. So whatever you do, it's the simplest way to get paid. You can use it not only on Instagram, but also like on your, QuickBook, on your Facebook page, or inside of any other platform you might use to engage with your clients. Or alternatively, you can run donation campaigns. So any client will be able to donate whatever amount of money this customer feels through this link, and you will get them right away. So this is really easy to use and very convenient, because you have this link, you do with it whatever you want. And if we're talking about one step forward, if we're adding accounting automation to this, because Synder is initially an accounting automation tool. So if you add up QuickBooks to this, you will not have only easy gateway for your payments. You will also have the automated accounting, as once your customer clicks pay, Synder will also account for this payment inside of your accounting platform, inside of QuickBooks. So basically you will have up-to-date information regarding your business. You'll be able to run any kind of reports and to manage your business based on the most accurate information possible, which is, from our perspective, really great, because right now everything is changing rapidly. You need to be able to react accordingly. So just to make it all simple, I will reply the whole flow just once more. So a customer finds your product or service on the, let's say, Instagram, clicks this checkout page by Synder, which is powered by Stripe. Once the customer paid, you receive the money inside of your Stripe account, and the payment gets accounted for inside of your QuickBooks, where it's placed to the right category. And the most beautiful part, that you don't do anything manually. So you posted the link and you kind of forget about it, thinking of more important stuff like how to engage with your clients, how to, make conversion rates higher, how to, organize the delivery. So this kind of is quite, a simple flow to me. So, and really convenient. So I'm sure this kind of flow you can build with many other tools. And go ahead and let us know in the chat either you use something else, or in case you have any questions regarding those tools that we mentioned. And also, we will be really glad to help you along the way. So if you decide to try one of the things that we mentioned today, we will be really glad to receive an email from you with any questions or issues you might face. And we will be really glad to help. So if we will receive an email like tomorrow or next week, so just this will help us super happy. So don't hesitate to act. Just go and do stuff, make your business online.
Yeah, and we also have a question, if I can interrupt at the moment. Is the link generator free? People are asking. Ilya is asking, actually. Could you dwell on that?
So basically, the link generator, there is a charge for this, for the entire Synder app. The smallest plan is about $20 monthly, but on a free trial, you can for free generate several of those links and just go ahead and use them right away. So if you want to try, generate several links, not really need to pay.
Yeah. So before we dive into the Q&A session, I just want to highlight again the key takeaways of this part of that we've covered already. And they directly correlate with the Jade's story that we keep referring to, which is a great example of how a business can survive right now.
Yeah.
So first, engage with your audience and enable online sales on Instagram. Second of all, enable online payments in the most simple way for people to pay. And here is where our magic toolkit actually takes place. And of course, as Polly mentioned, you can use any tools, but we do recommend this toolkit because we tested it. Several of our connections tested it. Jade is actually using it, and that's why we know it's a success story. So, use the Instant Pay link by Synder, powered by Stripe, and sync it all to your QuickBooks to have a clearer picture of what your business is going through. This is a magic toolkit under $50, and you're good to go. So this is what we recommend. The third key takeaway is automate if possible. Use these technologies to actually help you. It's not really it's not expensive at all, and this can make your life really easier, and you can spend your time on really important things like connecting to your customers, reaching out to them. Please spend this time, valuable time, on this. And of course, the fourth and really important point is to collaborate with your local fellow business owners, because only together, at this moment, we understand it really clearly. Only together we can make through this. So delivery services, they are around you right now. You can cooperate with, will be really great. Yeah, so basically that's the plan. And it sounds pretty reassuring. It actually gives people hope that you can survive, you can operate, you actually can operate during this crisis. So now we have some time to answer some of your questions. If you have them, post them in the chat or on Twitter or in the Q&A section, and we're gonna cover them either live or in the follow-up email. Yeah.
Basically, if we'll have some questions, we will be really glad to ask. If there are no questions, we would think like, wow, we did our job great and people got everything from the first time. Which is like,
I actually saw in the chat an interesting thing that some people actually did not have the idea of how to transform their business, how to kind of start online sales at the moment. So it's not 100% of our attendees who know what to do at the moment, but yeah, maybe this webinar and the success stories will kind of give you the idea of how to look at this at a different angle.
Yeah, we have a question there in the chat regarding the credit card payment option available directly through QuickBooks, especially if you issue an invoice instead of a link. Well, issuing an invoice instead of a link is definitely an option, but you would need to make sure that your QuickBooks supports this payment option, because by default it's not there, and you need to kind of go through the whole setup process, which is quite complicated. So QuickBooks would need to confirm all of the stuff there, and also if you even connect your bank to QuickBooks, it's there's no guarantee that your bank supports this like two-ways integration with QuickBooks. So just it can be it can drive you nuts sometimes. Sometimes we hear like from our connections that oh goodness, this setup process was just a nightmare, and after I set everything up, it appeared that this integration works only like one way from my bank to QuickBooks. So I can see the bank feed, but I don't have any ability to send the invoices with the payment option. So this checkout link is much easier to generate, and you don't need to go through the setup process. And basically, there's no need for you to go and manually issue an invoice, make sure it's paid. It's all done for you. So it's one link. You inserted it to your Instagram bio, and that's it. You're done. So any customer can pay you through this. So which is really convenient, and which is the most important right now. It's time saving, I think. Because right now you don't need to spend time on the stuff like issuing an invoice. You need to spend time thinking of how you can bring your business through this, not closing it well. So
and keep the money flow, which is the idea. You post a link and you know, people pay you and the money is going through. So that's the basic, you know, idea.
Yeah, and another question from the same guy, I think, regarding what do we suggest if you don't have Instagram but you have like Facebook and Twitter, and well, if you have your sales set up in Facebook, which is really great. I mean, this works for sure. You just take this link and you don't insert it to Instagram, you insert it to your Facebook, and that's it. Any customer on Facebook can now pay you the money for the goods or services you provide and your goods. So it will work any way you want. So with any platform.
Yeah, and also, yeah, it's very important. If you have a really well developed Facebook page, you have a lot of followers there and people already know you're there, you have your audience, there, why kind of change the platform? Of course, stay there and keep engaging with them there. I think Instagram is just, it's a really cool tool in terms of, it's visually kind of really, I mean, people are drawn to this. And if you kind of want to, make it a different level, you can go there. You can have a second kind of page over there as well and use Hootsuite to post in both ways. So, I think whatever works for you is great. We, can advise you to try Instagram anyways, because it's free. If you want to kind of try and change something, you can try this, but of course use whatever works for you.
Yeah. Another question regarding the ability to send this link by email. Absolutely. So you have the link and you can do with it whatever you actually want to do. Paste it to whatever platform, send it via the email. So
Messenger, whatever. Just send it directly in a DM, and
so you're just using the link. The best thing about this link is that it's very easy to set up, and it's kind of unlimited amount of customers who can pay through this. So this is, I think, the main point. So yeah, if you want to try this out, and we probably can close this question and answer session right now, I think. So thank you all for your questions. Really, we were really glad to share our knowledge with us, and hopefully it will help you. And just a good stuff about the some perks that we announced at the very beginning. Of course, the book will be sent to the most active participant as soon as we can. But as for the little perks that were promised to all attendees, basically it's coming from the Synder team, and they provide the whooping custom 5 times increased free plan inside of Synder. So basically what you want to do, you want to take this promo code that I will paste right now in the chat. It's also listed on the screen. It's Synder 5 promo code. So basically you can go ahead, set up the account inside of Synder and contact their support saying that you have the Synder 5 promo code, and they will upgrade your account right away. Basically, it will either save you, give you more opportunity to test this out, but even this credit is quite big, so you can use it for free for some time, I think months plus. So this is a real cool stuff. And so thank you very much for participation, and hope we managed to answer some of your questions and managed to give some useful information for you right now. Also, I'll probably be pasting the link to Synder just in case. That's it. It was really nice to have you here today.
We just want to repeat that, keep acting, never stop, take care of yourselves, and most importantly, stay healthy and care about your loved ones. We hope you enjoyed today's session. Follow us on Twitter, Cloud Business HQ, not to miss new episodes of the Implementer Show. Thank you all very much for being here, and goodbye. See you later.
Take care, guys.